up. Okay, please hold the palm as usual. One bow to the Buddha. First position. Second position. The third position. Okay, one bow to the Buddha again. Okay, please take a seat. Okay, please take a seat. Okay, as usual, please hold the palm and follow me. We just recite the Guan Pusa, name of Guan Pusa for around 10 minutes. Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Si Yin Pusa. 观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南 世音菩萨。Please follow me. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。OK。Okay, good morning, all brothers and sisters. Okay, before we start the lecture, let me remind you our next lesson. Okay, our next lesson will be on 18th of June, as normal, third week of June, 18th of June. Okay, today is 4th of June. Okay, our next lesson. Okay, so this is an announcement. Okay, please refer to your textbook, page 85. Then your sutra Chinese one will be 第四分 chapter 4, because now we're going to chapter 4. Right, last lesson we finished the chapter 3, 第三分 in Chinese. So now we go to chapter 4. Your textbook will be page 85. The Chinese sutra 第四分, because you are using the small bullet, so book is different from me. Okay, so I shall read the Chinese first, 第四分, then followed by English. 复次须菩提，菩萨以法应无所住，行以布施。所谓不住色布施，不住声香味触法布施。须菩提，菩萨应如是布施，不住一相。何以故？若菩萨不住相布施，其福德不可思量。须菩提，疑云何？东方虚空可思量否？不也，世尊。须菩提，南西北方是为上下虚空，可思量否？不也，世尊。须菩提，菩萨无诸相布施，福德亦复如是，不可思量。须菩提，菩萨但应如所教住。Okay, this is a Chinese version. So now you can see the English one, page 85. Chapter 4. Moreover, Subhuti, when bodhisattvas give a gift, they should not be attached to a thing. When they give a gift, they should not be attached to anything at all. They should not be attached to a sight when they give a gift, nor should they be attached to a sound, a smell, a taste, a touch, or dharma when they give a gift. Thus, Subhuti, fearless bodhisattva should give a gift without being attached to the perception of an object. And why, Subhuti? The body of merit of those bodhisattvas who give a gift without being attached is not easy to measure. What do you think, Subhuti? Is the space to the east easy to measure? Subhuti replied, no, it is not, Bhagavan. The Buddha said, likewise is the space to the south, to the west, to the north, in between, above, below, or in any of the 10 directions easy to measure? Subhuti replied, no, it is not, Bhagavan. The Buddha said, so it is, Subhuti, the body of merit of those bodhisattvas who give a gift without being attached is not easy to measure. Thus, Subhuti, those who set forth on the bodhisattva path should give a gift without being attached to the perception of an object. Okay, can you turn to the next page? Now, so before we start to explain on this chapter 4, now I shall just highlight to you the gist, the objective of this chapter. So as just now I read through, you're talking about attachment. They're going to see the PowerPoint. And now you can see this Pukala, Futa Chelo. This actually refer to our physical body. We'll explain to you later. And basically talk about, he used the giving as an example. Now as you know in Buddhism, giving, regardless we're talking about Mahayana or the in the mundane world, the 5 vehicles, Giving is the very first one, 布施. When you give people something, you have a good relationship with people, people have a good impression of you, that kind of things. So, giving, of course, is I can say, not say top priority, but it's very, very important also in Buddhism. So you use giving as to tell everybody, when you give something, we should practice no self, 无我, no self, okay? Of course, later you can see the PowerPoint, the attachment, 执着. I explain to you. This is a Buddhist term, attachment, 执着. Chinese called 无我. But 无我 doesn't mean that no physical body of yourself. Okay? Doesn't refer to nothing. No physical body. Just like you're sitting here, I say you're no self. I'm not sitting here. This is not true. You're sitting here. Physically, you're sitting here. So the meanings behind no self, the concept is, they don't want us to attach to our physical body. Because as you know, in Buddhism, our physical body is made up of 5 skandha, all right? 5 aggregates. It depends on causes and conditions, right? So it is due to the nature of emptiness, right? Subject to changes, depend on so many 5 great elements to form a physical body. So it's not permanent. There's no permanent nature, self in this world or in this phenomena, according to Buddha. Okay? So therefore, all things are subject to changes, are impermanent. Impermanent cause suffering in Buddhism, 无常故苦. Right? You see, you wake up in the morning this Sunday, and now you come here, later you go back, or afternoon, evening, it's keep on changing. Your thinking, your mood, everything is keep on changing. Good to bad, bad to good, the kind of thing. So sometimes you feel very upset, if your feeling is not so good, something like that. Today is a Sunday but holiday, super long from Friday to until today, due to Visa Day. That's why you see, when you read the newspaper, a lot of people cross the causeway to Johor, Malaysia, so traffic jam. They go back to pre-COVID time already, because 25,000 per day. That day, according to newspaper, 21人 No, 250,000. 21, yeah. 25,000? 21? No, more than that. 250,000. Oh, that's a lot. It's one of the busier, so-called like causeway, in the world, between Singapore and Johor. I think 3rd or 2nd in the world. Very busy one, per day, every day. People travel to work, travel for tour or some personal commitment and so on and so forth. Right? So our feeling is keep on changing. Like tomorrow, go back to work. I sian already. Oh, Monday. Black Monday, beautiful Friday. Oh, beautiful Sunday. Sunday, no. Have to come for Dharma class. Hate it. Actually, want to have a rest. Well, I come here for Dharma class. Emptiness, kong. That's why a lot of people don't want to come for Dharma talk, Dharma class. Why? Go for chanting. Like you go for bathing Buddha ceremony. Wow, it's a simple thing. You need to clear your head. 跟佛陀洗澡 so hot weather. But in fact, this holy water is to purifying. Is to purify our body. Our body is not physical body. It's our greed, hatred, ignorance, the 3 poisoners, the aversion, mental defilement, 烦恼. Right? So when you bathe the Buddha, then you have to try to visualize, say, I purify my body just like Buddha, clean, pure, and so on and so forth. And chanting is to foster or nurture, 培养 our religious spirituality. It's just like go to the church. They have to sing the holy song, but they sing more than 50%. Because throughout the 1.5 hour Bible talk, I went, when I was in England, I told you, I went for the church. I attended so many Bible talk. I'm still a monk, that day. That time I'm still a monk, don't mistaken. I just go there and look see to learn something. Understudy, to see how they do. And half an hour Bible talk, 1 hour sing holy song. Oh my goodness, very emotional. The Buddhism is the other way around. Throughout 1.5 hour, Dhamma talk, kong. Then when you go out, emptiness. Nothing already. Everything plain. You see, that's the reason why I want to do some 10 minutes warm up. So before we start the class. Why not? It's just like what Christianity, how they do it. But they are too emotional. I'm not criticizing it. It's the different way of doing. Okay? And you know the Bible, they got Old New Testament. Mine is a New Testament, the small one. The German guy gave me when I was studying in Bristol. Very handy one, small one. Put in the pocket. Yeah, in Buddhism, they do print out those Dhammapada, Fa Chi Jing Dhammapada, small one, and put in the pocket. Very convenient. I think the Diamond Sutra can do it in this way, right? Probably quite thick. There's more than 30 chapters. So it's more handy, right? You put in the pocket when you're traveling, MRT, nothing to do. You don't always see the handphone. Then you just open up and read up, right? And there's a nice, handsome guy, beautiful girl. You want to take a look. Otherwise, nothing to see. Okay, so go back to chapter 4. Now, so this they want us not to attach when you practice giving. Not only just giving, whatever you do, we cannot attach to ourselves. Have to practice no self. Now, so when you can recall when you study the way to Buddhahood during the Dharma class, for those attended before, and we do talk about in the Mahayana Dharma, the great vehicle, we talk about 3 wheels, emptiness in connection with 3 wheels. 三轮体空. If you can remember. All right, Chinese called 三轮体空. 3 wheels in connection with emptiness. What does it mean? That means the giver, I give you something. The recipient, right? The thing you give. We shouldn't attach to these 3 things. And this is about 3 words in connection with emptiness. And this is a perfect. Talk about perfectness. It's a perfect giving. All right? Because you don't attach to yourself, don't attach to the outside, external object, and so on and so forth. So you won't cause suffering. If you read the today newspaper, before I came here, the Sunday Time. Oh no, the Chinese one. The Chinese one, because I do have 2 newspapers. The guy from Bangladesh, Menjala, he came to Singapore 30 years. I think he's a very hardworking guy. He's a businessman, quite successful. Stay here 30 years, became Singapore citizen. He got a Singapore citizen. And recently he do have a quite serious illness. He went for operation. Then he start to realize that, wow, life is, so fragile, in order to how to treasure our life and so on and so forth. He must realize something already, right? So he said, I must decide what am I going to do for the rest of my life. I'm very rich, very rich, this guy. And he started to do the charity work, 慈善. He went to the Singapore HDB fair. He said, I never go to HDB fair before. And he started to serve people food. He himself served, door by door, right? Lunch or whatever. Okay? So this is one of we call it practice giving. Now, once he practice it, if you know Buddhism, you should practice with perfect giving. You cannot expect people say thank you and publish in the newspaper or whatever, and reporter come, okay, is it okay, take a photo, smile. Just like actor and actress, smiling, oh, you're very happy to give, these kind of things. Well, and this is something that there's a sort of like attachment. So this chapter is going to talk about, no abiding as a bodhisattva. When he or she do everything in order to benefit sentient beings, he or she won't attach to themselves. So this is very, very important. Just like okay, when you help people or something, don't expect anything return. Just do it naturally. Then you won't cause suffering. Regardless people want to say thank you to you or not, just don't care. We just as a Singaporean, I must serve something in order to contribute to the country. You read in the newspaper recently, they want you to return tray. A lot of people do return tray. I told you so many times already in the classroom, I mess up the whole table. And caught by the the enforcing officer, of course they give warning, kind of thing. Otherwise, I issue a just verbally warning or give you the warning letter. And probably third time I'm going to fine you. I tell Singaporean one, I'm also Singaporean. You have to use fine, punishment, then people were scared. And you know how he gave a kind of a stupid reason to the enforcing officer? I'm rushing to work. I'm rushing back to lunch hour, rushing back to the office. Rubbish. Rushing. Few seconds only rushing. You know, and even return tray to the trolley and you see the whole food. You know, Albert Complex, the 30 place there, and people complain, a lot of tourists there, no? 下水 Singapore, no? Disgraceful, no? You see Singapore very clean? To me, no. 骗人的 Singapore clean. Singapore clean is for those whole group tourists. They travel by coach. Of course, they bring you to the restaurant. They bring you to the River Valley Road. Wow, very clean, the road, everything. But don't go to behind yard. Home, you see so many rubbish. And those people, free and easy one. 被包底型 free and easy one. More, actually, they know Singapore 真垃圾. Of course, compared with other countries, slightly better, but not like so clean, very, very clean, you know. Why? They go to Singapore, HDB flat, everything, look for hawker center, the cheap and good one. And they see the hawker center so dirty. Right not? You say, hey, Sifu, don't talk nonsense, go back to the Dharma. And this is something to do with Dharma. You return tray, you practice no sell. You don't return tray because your ego is there. Why should I return? I buy the food $350, no, all inclusive, no, GST, everything inclusive, no. And the cleaner already paid by everything included already. And now they're going to increase the hawker center, friend, $10 to $35. So mentally prepare, $350 become $4. Don't grumble, go to my chia. And then go and cook yourself. Why not? Okay, so back to here. Now, so this is the gist for this chapter. Talk about attachment. Later on, we go back to the PowerPoint here. Okay, see the introduction here. In the previous chapter, the Buddha told Subhuti, the Bodhisattva give birth to the thought of liberating others, but without creating the perception of a self. Not like you, with perception, we perceive that there's a real self, you know, I do it, you know, I sitting here, listen to the Dharma, you know, I do this, I do that. You know, I'm very hardworking, you know, as a volunteer, you know, always I come to Buddhist lodge and wash the toilet, everything, but nobody know me. Why not? So I should take a photo and paste it on the notice board. Wow, big brother so and so. Every day come here, nothing to do and clean the toilet. So without creating the perception of self, a being, alive or soul, what they give birth is the gift of liberation. But of course, liberation means free from suffering. 解脱, 讲那个解脱. So in Buddhism, liberation means, of course, mentally free. It means no affliction, 没有烦恼. But it is only a liberation if it is given without attachment. So a lot of people give practice giving, but there's a big egoistic, very egoistic. The ego is there. And of course, they expect something return. So how to attain liberation? 怎么解脱? Right? People don't say thank you to you, you're very frustrated, very unhappy. And this is not called liberation. Good. So, you say given without attachment, because we attach to ourselves, we attach to other party, we attach to the thing I give you. I give you durian, now durian very cheap. Although it's cheap, but I give you, you must say thank you, Mao Sang one, fresh one from Johor, Although NTUC is selling, but NTUC is selling sometimes not fresh one. Like yesterday, I went to NTUC buy something. My student, I told my student, hey, durian. He said, 师父不要eat，你看那个已经烂掉了，不好吃 ，not fresh. Something like that, and then we expect something return. A lot of people do that. So without attachment to any object of the sense, including the mind. So the previous chapter we focus on the giver and the recipient. It means the receiver. This chapter focuses on the gift, the things we give. Liu give. So the Buddha also anticipate our doubt about the merit. You know the merit, 功德. You see, merit also make sure that we don't attach to ourselves. It's just like I come here for Dharma class. No, this is not Dharma class. In fact, this is a Dharma talk. This is not Dharma class. Don't tell people Dharma class. This is a Dharma talk. But the way I conduct is the Dharma class. Well, if Dharma talk, I won't stand one, I sit down. Very. 你看外面都是 sit down 的吗？ Well, no. We got do this, write this, just like conduct classes. But do it this way, actually, for you is good, you know. You learn more. No? If I do a Dharma talk, I won't show you so many terms here, no? Technical terms, Buddhist term. What is the meaning for the Buddhist term? I don't care. No? I just okay, chapter 1, chapter 2. There's an easy way for me to do it. Yeah. Okay, so what is attachment? You take a look here. 执着. Okay. You can't get it. Wait, the computer. Okay, attachment. See here? Or sometimes in English we use cling on to something. 执着. Right? Chinese called 执着. It is an important Buddhist concept referring to attachment, clinging, as I say, cling on, grasping. It is considered to be the result of craving. When we crave for something, and it is part of the dissatisfaction, suffering, pain doctrine in Buddhism. Okay, once you cling on to it, then of course it will cause suffering. Right? And there's no more liberation. We talk about liberation here. Oh, this one can use a keyboard. Yeah. Okay, I'm married. Just now we talk about married. Why you come here for Dharma talk? It's sort of like we call it married, because this is a good deed, good conduct. Consider it's good behavior, because you come here to learn something, learn Dharma. Right? It's just like, you know, you do charity work, you're helping people. This one also considered married. And married is in the indirect way to help us for cultivation. And you can say cultivation also sort of like married. So if you refer to here, come back to here again, 功德 in Chinese. So marriage is a concept considered fundamental to Buddhist ethics. 是一种道德嘛，或者 ethics, right? Moral is a good thing. It is a beneficial and protective force which accumulate as a result of good deeds. Is a good deeds, right? 好的行为 acts or thought. So merit making is important to Buddhist practice. Merit brings good and agreeable result. Definitely that will help us for cultivation, 帮我们修行嘛. So determines the quality of the next life and contributes to a person's growth towards enlightenment. So that will help us for enlightenment to achieve Buddhahood. So people say 庄严道场, you come here for Dharma talk, sitting here, when I create some joke, then you smile, but in fact you don't do anything. Emptiness, go out, nothingness. As I said earlier. So, yeah, on the surface, you didn't really know a lot of Dharma, but you do have some merit. Why? Because you are sitting here, you know, and this is a good deed. So you're sitting, you're not doing the bad things. And you make sure a lot of people, more crowded people here. Human beings are like that, no? If lesser people, empty seat, next week I don't come, right? If you see the atmosphere, the whole very conducive environment, so many people attended, wow, then you feel very happy, right? Same thing, right? This is kind of human beings, the kind of the kind of feeling. Okay, so this is called merit, right? Merit. Oh, see, go back to the textbook again, because here mention about merit. So this is chapter focus on the gift. The Buddha also anticipates our doubts about what merits can possibly result from such practice. For it is only by means of merit, that spiritual progress is possible. So this is the law of karma. This is a behavior, the kind of karma. It's a good karma, right? In Buddhism, talk about karma, be action. You come here, this is a good action. It's a good deed. You didn't go out to do the bad things, to kill people, to steal things, and so on and so forth. So this is called, karma, a good karma is, can contribute to a merit. So which also applies to bodhisattvas. Every fruit grows from a seed. It's just a durian. Any fruits, any plant grow from a seed, 种子. Same thing. Right? So if you're planting the good seed, cause and effect, there's a good cause, then definitely there's a good result, effect. So you come here to plant the seed. And this is a good deed. Although now you won't see the fruition to get the result immediately, but probably you will get it from your next life. Who knows? Cause and effect. Right? You come here, you're sitting here, you don't know much about emptiness. Who knows? Next life. Then you say, oh, I learned it at the Buddhist law in 2023. Right? So by the time you listen to the emptiness, you know what is emptiness. Right? So think for 20 years, 100 years, 50 years, 100 years, just like our Lee Kuan Yew, our founder. Don't think of just short-sighted for 1-2 years in advance, but 50 years, 100 years. This is how smart people they think about it. Long-term plan. You don't know what's going to happen, but you plan before. Prevention better than cure. Okay, back to here. But if we practice without being attached to our practice, what sort of merit can we expect? The fruits from a seed without limits turn out to be a fruit without limits, just like cause and effect. So we explore the question, answer in the next chapter. Okay, but not for this chapter. So what kind of fruit could possibly have no limits? It's just like beginners and endless, 无始无终. There's no starting, there's no ending. You know why? And this is a profound teaching in Buddhism. You say you're talking nonsense, we got no starting here. We just started at 9:45. We're supposed to end lesson on 11:15. That's the ending part. Then how can you say no starting and ending? No. He said this is a starting point. And this is an ending point. Of course, you form a straight line, whatever. This straight line. Now, this starting and ending, just like, okay, we talk about the clock, okay? Go one round. Starting, then go back to ending. Clockwise. All right. If you say this start from 12, this is a starting point. Right, then go by clockwise, go back to 12 again. You see, this is an ending point. So you learn the mathematics in the school before, whatever. Starting, when you call starting and ending, you shouldn't intersect each other. It's a paradox. That's why in Buddhism talk about 如幻无端. There's no beginning, no ending. Why? Because all these are impermanent, subject to changes. This, because of causal and condition, causes it to be a starting point. And because of causal and condition, then it becomes ending. Then this one also can become starting. Just like here, the clock. Ending becomes starting. Then go back to here again, then ending again. Okay? So in Buddhism, they don't want us to cling on. There's a permanent, don't have the kind of notion, the permanent concept of this. Just assume that this is a starting, is a fixed object, and this is also the ending. No, it's all subject to changes, impermanent. Clear? So they say no ending, no starting. Clear? Okay, I'll give you another example. If you come for the class, you say, okay, just now we started at 9:45, then you will anticipate, or whatever you expected. Lesson will be end on 11:15. I start to plan after class, then I'm going to do this and that. And if you are sitting here for the lecture, then keep on thinking, wow, what time already? So that means you are already influenced by the timing already, because starting and then ending. And the time becomes very long already. Once you cling on to it, then your feeling is, wow, how come so long? How come the time's not yet 11:15? You think, how come so long? But if you are so focused, you don't care about starting and don't care about what time to be end. I will remind you I will stop the lecture. You just focus, listen attentively. I tell you, you just like practice meditation, right? Concentration. Then you find that the time is flying very fast. I don't know whether you have such a feeling. It's just like doing meditation. If you keep on thinking, wow, half an hour, until 袂亮闹钟, alarm clock, Then if you keep on counting, I tell you, it's very long. This half an hour, just like half day, Why not? If you just don't care, practice control breathing in, out, or in, on me, talk for whatever. You just focus on that one. So, wow, half an hour already, time's already, so fast. And this shows that you already achieve concentrated mind. It's just like you're sitting here. If you think that, ayo, 师父, how's it how come I haven't finished? Ayo, how can take so long? This shows that you already have a distraction already because you're not focusing. Right? If you're so focused, you enjoy the joke, you enjoy the lecture. Wow, I say, hey, how come so short? Teach longer. And somebody told me, say, 师父, I'm very busy, and also tired, lazy. I don't want to come, but I watch the YouTube. I say, why? He said, why 1.5 hours only? You should give 2 hours, very short all the way, come here, then 11:15 already, bye-bye, go back again. He said, wasting time, talk longer. Only one feedback, ask me to talk longer, So I dare not to tell, say, you are really abnormal, All these are normal one. You are abnormal, 你不正常. So actually I want to tell her, say, Jinyake, really? You so like my lecture? You see, when people want to give an excuse, don't want to come, they give you 1,000 excuses or whatever. If you really want to come, only one reason only, 只有一个理由，不来有100个理由 in Chinese. Right now, this is human being, but it's up to you. Really, it's up to you. To me, no harm. Right? My responsibility to come here to conduct. And Buddha know that I come here to my attendance. But if you don't come, it's up to you. If you know the Dharma is really help you a lot, man. Even in your daily life. I told you already, think longer, who knows? Right now, next time you encounter certain things or you meet another guy or whatever, you say, Dharma, apply in your daily life. Attachment or ego, then you can apply already. And you will find it very beneficial. Right? A lot of benefit. Okay, back to here, textbook. Okay, say what kind of the fruits could possibly have no limits? Zhao Ming, this, he was a prince. You can refer to page 441 behind. Quote this Zhao Ming title this, the wonderful practice of no attachment. See, have to practice no attachment. Attachment cause suffering, 执着. Okay, Hui Nan, the sixth patron. I quote him this one. They put Hui Nan, page 449. If you free, you go behind, page 449. Quote what he say. Quote: those able to practice according to the true meaning are not attached to form. Form means the object. 色, right, in Chinese, are not attached to form. Thus follows a chapter on the wonderful practice of no attachment. So we're always talking about attachment. In other words, when you attach to something, regardless whatever we do, giving, chanting, working, whatever in your daily life, once we cling on to it, then we will suffer. So you say, 师父, what do you mean by don't cling on to it? I do something must be very focused on. And when I so focusing, this is also called attachment. I attach to it. You see, I watch the handphone, I so focused, Why? Focusing mind. Then achieve concentrated mind, I saw the Korean drama, So focusing on travel MRT. Focusing good, right? But this is no good. Why? This is sort of like attachment already. Because you're attached. It's just that you come here for Dharma talk. You're so focused. And this is also called attachment, Come here, I tell you friendly, This is called attachment. But this is a good attachment. So attachment go good like bad one. So initially you attach to the Dharma. This is considered good, first stage. But at the end of the day, you should even have to let go it. If you stay attached to it, this is considered imperfect. 还不究竟, you only score 80% or 100%.金刚经 say there's a Chinese phrase, 法善应舍，何况非法. This is a very important one. Even the Dharma, we still have to let go. Don't talk about all those things you want to cling on to it. You still have to let go. Regardless whether Dharma, Buddha's teaching or non-Buddha's teaching, whatever, we have to let go. 放下. Otherwise, this is not considered 100% perfect giving or perfection. Okay? Okay, we start the first verse. Moreover, Subhuti, when Bodhisattva give a gift, they should not be attached to a thing. Okay? When they give a gift, they should not be attached to anything at all. As I just now told you. Anything at all. Okay? You just do it out of good gestures or your responsibility. You think as a human being, as a Buddhist, I should help people. Help the good things, not having to giving drugs or whatever. Okay? It must depend what they're going to ask for, what they are asking for, or seeking for the help. You cannot say because of drug addicts, say, hey, can you give me some drugs, for those drug addicts, and this is not good one, as you know. Okay, can you see here, first paragraph? Having stepped onto Bodhisattva path without such baggage as a cell, a being alive or soul, noble sons and daughters are now advised how to walk the path, which they do by practicing the perfection of charity. Right? 慈善. So a lot of people practice giving, regardless of Mahayana teaching or Mahayana Buddhism, or even for the Dharma common to the 5 vehicles as a mundane, in the mundane world, the first one is giving. Not the first one is you practice tolerance. 6 perfection, 6 paramita, 6 tu. The first one is giving. They are not talking about patience. They are not talking about concentration, or even talking about the prajna of wisdom. No. Although that's very important, but the first one, very, very important, giving. As you know, because in Mahayana Buddhism, you talk about want to benefit, 利益众生, benefit. How to benefit sentient beings? Say, yeah, Dharma more important. Dharma, of course, is important, but no money, no talk. Nowadays, due to high inflation, 3块半3块, I cannot say, 观音菩萨, then they drop the 粿条给你吃. Then TKK, 观音菩萨不要插粿条. Last time we got 插粿条. Right, so you have to work for it. You have to work for the money, your income. Then you go and use the money, go and buy food. Right? So it's the same. Just like you see, you must go and see doctor. Like 求观音菩萨怎么用？求观音菩萨是帮你吗？ But must be two in parallel together. 观音菩萨 can use spiritual power. Recover already. But that's stupid. I'm sorry to tell you, stupid. So the in Buddhism talk about blessing 保佑，不是这样保佑的。Okay? And that's different from other religion. But a lot of people don't know. They worship to the Buddha, they thought they worship to the God, 神啊，拜神啊，也是拜神啊。Then you must go to Taoism. Don't come to Buddhism. But it doesn't mean that Buddhism don't practice praying, chanting. Of course, we do. But most importantly is a prajna, wisdom. Only prajna can solve our problems. All right? In Buddhism, talk about spiritual power cannot override karma. 神通抵不了业力。Karma cannot use spiritual power to override, to just make sure disappear the bad karma. No. Karma, you have to use the wisdom to stop it. Stopping evil and doing good. 止恶行善 in Chinese. Stopping evil and doing good. Clear? A lot of people don't know. They worship to the Buddha and say, this is a God. So I cannot wash a statue. No, I can't see it. 10個唔能動. 3 cannot touch untouchable. Why? A lot of Dharma protector patrolling, 丟怕. They move to the house. I got one student. He actually invite me to go and do some chanting, sajing, because the house got ghosts, 有鬼啦. Maybe somebody suicide or whatever. But if you know the Dharma, you should know that within 49 days or within 7 days, according to Master Sen Yen, they will endless life, endless time. But usually it's 7 or 49 days. After that, no more. The consciousness, no more there already. 去投胎了. I mean, in general lah. They got exceptional case just like the girl asked me to talk for 2 hours. That one is abnormal. You are normal one. We're talking about normal 正常的。So 正常是 1.5 hour， 不正常是 2 hours. You know, just like you study in the school, you're punished by the teacher. My time nowadays, I don't know the youngster. My time, you know, always I stay behind one the after class. You know, 因为笨嘛 ，mathematics 1 + 1 = 2不要。So the teacher was so angry. You stay back, cannot go back. Oh my goodness! People after 1 p.m. sayonara, home sweet home, go back already. Then we punish her to stay in the class, do tutorial 咯 ，mathematics 咯。Then 3點解才等厝 ，then 3點 they release you. Something like that. Okay. That one cannot finish it. Okay, back to the textbook. So for the compassionate aspiration to save other beings is essentially an act of charity. And charity is the only member of the 6 perfection. I told you the first one. How people, because you practice giving, you bring the close relationship with people. People have a good impression of you. Then before you talk about the Dharma, people want to eat. Don't talk about, don't eat lah. Ni Ami Tofo, must be poto yao ma, kopi o. Ami Tofo, kopi o lah. So the fact is to feed your stomach, to sustain your life first. Then you talk about 念阿弥陀佛嘛？你说念阿弥陀佛会饱 ？Yes, initially 会饱。Why？ 不是饱 ，because you focus on 阿弥陀佛 ，you forget you're hungry already. But once no more 阿弥陀佛，假了了，弄起了 ，because no food, no energy. It's like that one. Well, so this is why the reason they talk about giving. You know in Taiwan 阿里山those mountain area, Taiwan 早期的 earliest time in Taiwan, I heard those Catholic nurse, Catholic you call them nun Catholic nun 那个修女they went all the way non-Chinese one don't know from Italy or from European country. They went all the way from the country to Taiwan, the mountain area. For those 原住民 the villagers, no food, nothing. They give them milk powder. They give them bread, roti. Because they're hungry, they want to eat 冇物件食了嘛。你talk about God 個頭God. You give me food first Okay, you give me food already. Wow, they say, oh, you're very kind of you. Oh yeah, you know, God bless you. We're blessed by the God. So you got roti 食. It must be like that Then they have a good impression. 對你有好印象的嘛。Oh God 啦 Amen. 你看馬上阿門了。Then baptize. So a lot of them are Christian or Catholic. So where is the Buddhist? Where are the Buddhists? 隆重 hide in the temple. Cock. 山頂靜好念經。你看People need your help. Then everybody go and hide. Plus the monk and nun all go and hide. And we talk about compassion. 慈悲慈個頭慈悲。Empty thought, no action. And Catholic can influence people, 感動人。Why? The fact is you help me, you must help me first. It's just like people don't know computer. When you do the NUS or NTU, the computer science, 假啦 how to write program. Start down there, 不會曉. But if you're the Buddhist, you don't go and tell him, say, you 念阿彌陀佛，你就會寫，你不要亂騙人。念阿彌陀都會寫 ，because 阿彌陀佛 never learn computer before. They are so advanced, don't know what sort of technology one. Computer probably to them is outdated. And you do help the student for computer, then you talk about 阿彌陀佛念心經念個頭啦，superstitious. And then who want to come to Buddhism? So the first thing you must help him to solve the problem because he's facing the computer problems. Once you help him to solve, 哇 uncle 你真厲害啊，你很厲害啊。After few times already, 你有沒有空啊？ You want to come to Buddhist Lodge? Buddhist Lodge 古樹林 Gusu Island 唔是 Gusu Island River Valley Road Why? because I have a good impression of you. 哎，你不错吗？啊，你还去 Buddhist temple? 哎呀 I follow you. This is how you attract them. 不要一下子 open your mouth. 念阿弥陀佛，念心经，或念观世音菩萨，或阿弥尼巴咪吽，阿弥尼巴咪吽，吽你头啊，阿弥巴咪吽。Correct no? And this is how the Catholic nun, how they attract them, influence them, to solve their daily needs in their life. 人要吃饭的，你讲阿弥陀佛没有用的。阿弥陀佛 and your Dharma class, Dharma talk is make sure that you sustain your life, you have basic need. You got a job, you got the income. 你吃饱了你才会来嘛。你没有东西吃，你这来个style能搞搞 no energy. Do you think you can focus on the lecture? I don't think so. If you ask me don't take breakfast, do you think that I can stand here and deliver the lecture? I don't think so. 可能愛食嘛，有食到有力嘛，福建話講嘛。So I tell one thing, I tell you this is the right understanding in the Buddhism. Let me tell you, 不要像那些人乱講的 speaker， 你念這個就會好的。Rubbish 騙人的 I don't believe this kind of thing. You know, I don't care whether you're wearing the robe or whatever. I don't care who are you. You big brother, small brother. As long as you must talk about true Dharma, 正法, then I respect you. You don't because of wearing this one, you cheat people. You lie to yourself and lie to other people. And this is a bad karma. And you will get the retribution in future. Now you will see it. 你现在看不到，马上会面对后果 consequences. And this is called karma. So you come Buddhism is what you want to learn. What is your expectation? 你要迷信吗 Then go ahead. You get the benefit from the Dharma, then you must practice tolerance. 要忍哦。So 东西是这样的吗 No free meal, but 故事有啦 free lunch or whatever 啦。But this is to help the people. But I tell you, no free meal in the world. We have to pay for the price. You must believe in cause and effect. Just like you always eat the instant noodle, do you think good for your health? I don't think so. Sometimes you have to cook yourself, whatever. Correct or not? No fast and good one. Okay, back to you. So, for it is the only member directed exclusively at liberating others. Thus, it is the first step on the Bodhisattva path. It is also the last step. For by liberating others, Bodhisattvas liberate themselves. But liberation is also only possible if there is no attachment of any kind, including attachment to the gift of liberation. Even the Dharma, the teaching, also cannot attach to it. Now you need to attach to it because you need the Dharma. You need the theory. You need the Dharma knowledge. And this is called attachment. 这个是执着吗 But you attach to the good thing. But having said that, this is considered imperfect because at the end of the day, you must practice totally emptiness. You will attach to anything at all. Okay, next paragraph. So in the practice of charity, Buddhists distinguish three kinds of gift, material, emotional, and spiritual. Material gift includes such things as food and clothes and medicine. Emotional gift include comfort and protection. And spiritual gift include guidance and instruction. Just as Dharma is to guide us, and Buddha to instruct us to have to do it, something like that. In terms of their benefit, material gift put an end to greed. Emotional gift put an end to anger. This is due to emotion. And spiritual gift put an end to delusion. 愚痴, 贪嗔痴, that means no wisdom. Clear? Just like here, you come here to receive the spiritual gift of your spiritual development. 精神的. So it's to solve our mental problem in terms of affliction, now. This is called spiritual gift. So you must come here to take medicine, spiritual gift, once every 2 weeks. Because you're all normal, in normal case, you're all under medication. Because we are all patient. 我们都是病人嘛. 所以我们要来看病呢 ，once every 2 weeks. And some people don't come 假啦 ，2-3 months come and collect the medicine. Then how to how to cure? Cannot cure. So you just come once every 2 weeks. That's the reason why the girl say, I come 2 weeks, one time only 1.5 hours. Please 2 hours. Heng. But don't tell the organizer 1.5 hours. I tell you, especially Dharma, if you are focused for too long, cannot. Why not? So if I do make the class more lively, 我跟你讲，你15 minutes, half an hour, 懂，空，懂，空，and baru ku 空。So, sometimes must relax a little bit. You see why you study in the school, first hour, after 1 hour, go to toilet, go for drink, pantry area, just like work, right? 2 hours, 8 to 10, tea break. Okay, go to pantry area, make some coffee, talk, go toilet, then come again. Right now? So must have a break. But we only just 1.5 hours. I can say 1 hour, okay, break, 10 minutes, then go lower. But nothing to study already. So make sure you go toilet first. Then after 1 hour, you go later. Dismiss the class. But don't drink too much water. Usually say after 1 hour, need to lie down, urine now. You just go for a tour also. Don't drink too much water. Usually our body system is after 1 hour, you think they're going to toilet already. Actually, I don't know. My student told me, 师父，你不要喝太多水，1小时之后就要跑厕所。You see, even I grow until so old already, I don't know 1 hour. Until recently, I know, but don't tell anybody. I only know Dharma. I don't know the urine, the kind of things. 假啦。Okay, so it was a combination of all three in the Buddha's daily life that prompted Subhuti question and resulted in this further instruction on the nature of the practice that result in Buddhahood. Okay, next paragraph. So in practicing charity or any of the perfection, as I say, 3 words in connection of emptiness, 三轮体空. The Buddha warns against the attachment to 3 things. The practitioner, in this case, the person who gives, as I said earlier, the giver, 3 words in connection with emptiness, 三轮体空, the giver. The beneficiary, the recipient, that means receiver. And the practice, the thing, the giving of the gift, the things we give. Right? 三轮体空, these are the 3 things. Okay, let me see. Okay, one more. We'll continue. Those scholar one, you go and read up by yourself. Because now, you see, I spend so much time only 1 verse only. Jialat, cannot finish. Okay, so in this outline of practice, okay, Buddha Dharma say, since what is real includes nothing worth begrudging, we give our body, our life, and our property in charity without regret, without the vanity of giver, gift, or recipient, and without bias or attachment. To get rid of obstruction, we teach others, but without becoming attached to appearances. Okay? Thus, while we are ourselves practice, we are able to help others as well as glorify the path to enlightenment. And as with charity, so do we also practice the other 5 parameters besides this giving, right? Precepts, 布施持戒, 忍辱, patient. If you can remember the 6 parameters, 6度, 6 perfection. This is the first one. The last one is prajna, wisdom, 智. Okay? And as we eliminate delusion, we practice nothing at all. This is what is meant by practicing the Dharma. Okay? And the next one is the Vasubandhu. This is one of the brother, Asanga and Vasubandhu, the 2 co-founder of the Yogacara school, 一切四谛论, my only school. So this is Vasubandhu. If you want to know who is he, refer to page 468. Okay, next page, Asanga. I told you before, just now, right? Asanga, Wu Zhuo, page 438. You can refer to yourself. Next scholar called Lin Ji, page 452. The last one, page 88, Jiang Weilong, page 441. Okay? You can read up by yourself, otherwise we cannot finish. Because my purpose is to explain the meaning of the verse. When they give you some those scholars, what they say, those important of whether I think that I need to highlight to you, then highlight to you. If no time, you go back to read that verse. Otherwise, we cannot finish. Okay, next verse, page 89. They should not attach to a sight when they give a gift, nor should they be attached to a sound, a smell, a taste, a touch, or Dharma when they give a gift. Okay? Now we see how they explain it. The sight of charity include the color, okay, and shape what is given, as well as the physical characteristic of the donor and the recipient. Not just give. So this one they describe it in more in detail, the counting the appearances and so on and so forth. So the sound of charity include musical instrument, just like you chanting, right? Musical instrument. You see, Buddhism, all these are musical instrument. But in Theravada Buddhism, during the Buddha time, Buddha, he was born in India, no such thing. This is Chinese one, Chinese Buddha. They don't play any instrument. They use the mouth. Buddha Saram Kachami. They use the mouth to have a rhythm. Dhamma Saram Kachami. Sangha Saram Kachami. Gui Fo Gui Fa Gui Shen in Chinese. Tibetan Buddhism. Their instrument even more 比我们的更大。You know, I was in England. You know the Lama, it shake the body one. 跟他跳单一点。You see, for us Mahayana cannot move your body, you cannot dance 嘛，真歹看嘛。For them, your body, shake the body. So this is a different tradition of practice. This is a Chinese instrument because once they transmitted to China Buddhism, 传到中国 during Eastern Han Dynasty, 东汉. In general, this is what they say, 东汉, Eastern Han. We call it wooden fish, 木鱼. And this one, we call it 引磬, Tang, yeah. This is called 引磬. Now all these are influenced by Chinese one because Chinese they got Taoism, right? 道士啊。乖乖咚咚锵锵 this one influenced by them one. So doesn't mean that some people say, hey, I come to Buddhist, so I learn Fa Qi Dharma instrument, so I go back, I must buy one. Practice, make it more perfect. Jialat, you stay in the HV flat, you go and buy the mu yi. Call. I tell you, neighbor cannot tahan, they'll call the police and come, I tell you. The police they come and arrest you. He said, no, why you arrest me? 正当的 I learn from Buddhist law. Buddhist law the main culprit 来了. Look for president. Why you teach the Dharma instrument? You ask the member go and buy the instrument. So please, you stay in the, regardless of whether HDU or bungalow, whatever. I tell you, not necessary. You can't use this a temple. You play the instrument, nobody can complain. But this is a temple. Even here, the surrounding condo, quite die, have to sleep, don't go and complain. Why? Because this is a temple. Temple, you cannot complain one, You only can complain to yourself, this suay lor, who you bought a house here? Who asked you to buy a house here? You should buy the house in Bukit Timah, Lulu area, bo temple, Hey, don't talk about temple, no? Or Buddhist temple. You talk about those Taoist 跳档 You see, in the HDB flat, they also have a 跳档. But the 跳档, they try not to beat the drum, 打鼓. Why? Because you disturb people, no. But even they play the instrument, you also cannot complain, no. But no, unless they ask for seeking permission, say, I have activities in the HDB, and the HDB, they allow him to do it. And nowadays, they are more strictly controlled because you cannot play anything. By 10, even 做国台, by 10, you have to stop already. Because you disturb people. Last time, 跟你讲了，12點你冇通困啊。今天不回家，明天要回家，你死啊！一個喺頂住，一個唔喺頂住，所以你要 call out until 12 o'clock. Then you wait until 12, then you can go back, go to sleep. So government not too bad because it disturb people, ma. And you see the 跳檔 those in HDB one, they do it quietly one. Why? Because they only can chant, we call it mantra to invite the God to come. I tell you, those medium, if If they gong last time you do know, you go and ask them. If they say, "Ayo, this like 故事林两间啊，来读 Dharma class 啊," I tell you that one is a Dharma protector. Okay. Because they ask you to come here, God also got good and bad one, you know. Good one is called Dharma protector, 护法神, you know. So they ask you to come here, you know. If you tell you more precisely, you need to 嚟聽見講經一個神波師傅講嘅啊，這個較好別辦。So I'm very honored he know me, not too bad. Okay, back to here 啦，冇時間了。Okay, so the site include color, shape, everything. So the sounds of charity in musical instrument and the human voice, you know, like just some we chant, 南無觀世音菩薩, you know, whatever. The smell of charity includes fragrance. Pang pang啦, pang bi啦. Some people put a lot of perfume 啦, you know, 女孩子男孩子啊放香水嘛。男孩子也是放很多香水的嘞。Now guy also go for beauty shop, you know. In Taiwan very popular, you know. Not only girls one, you know. So you know, some people say 你要做女孩子的生意哦，不会倒店。Because girls from head to toe 很多东西要做的 ，facial 啦，什么贵啦 ，nail 啦 ，cutting 啦，很多生意可以做女孩子的。This is how they drive the economy, you know. So thanks everybody for female. 你们真的很伟大。Because you spend so much money 嘛 ，clothing 你看我们 guy 现在这 T-shirt 跟那 bag 现在那对晒行了。So you want to do the guy business 真艰苦，包多场的 clothes shop。But for female 太好赚，因为他们一定买衣服的嘛。spectacle 啦，但是贵啦，因为有的无的，你看，就是你看咯。他上面也是弄过的 ，sorry I just joke only 有师傅你讲的吗 ？Next time I don't buy clothing, always T-shirt white one for my diamond sutra. If you do that, I will guarantee you no boyfriend, but a lot of girlfriend. A lot of girlfriend, but no boyfriend. Okay, fragrance of the flowers and incense. The taste of charity includes all kinds of food. Of course, there's a taste. Next page. And the drink. The touches of charity includes the softness, you know, and warmth of garments as well as the feel of human body. And the Dharma of charity includes the myriad teachings. It means a lot of teachings that free the mind from delusion. Okay? Greed, hate, and thus from suffering. Okay, next paragraph. So the Sanskrit word Dharma with a small d. What's the difference, small d and big D? Small d refer to all things. 诸法 in Chinese. Small d. Big D, capital letter D, refers to Buddha teaching, 佛法. But some textbooks, they don't care one. Big D, small d, all the same one. But really speaking, the difference between the two, small d and capital letter D. So here, they use a small d, derived from the root, really meaning to grasp, and refers to anything perceived to be real, you know, or permanent. As I said just now, refer to all things. You know. Thus, dharmas are the objects of the 6 organs of sense, the mind, and roughly equivalent to what we call thoughts. 意也能比设成意 in Chinese. But because they constitute our perception of reality, dharmas also refer to certain teaching and practice. Thus, dharma are truths. But I tell you this one is actually in general, people say small d refer to all things, then big D is refer to dharma teaching. I mean the Buddha teaching, 佛法. And because such teaching and practices often seem permanent or right, dharma also refer to norms of behavior and thus, you know, are duties. So here, Asanga, you can see the behind, you know, who you see, page 438, I told you before. And the other one, Wampo, the below one, page 449. If you want to know the page to see who is this guy. And Jiang Wei Long said that it's just now the one, the scholar, page 441. Okay, please refer to page 91. Next verse. That Subhuti, fearless Bodhisattva, should give a gift without being attached to the perception of an object. So what does it mean? Can you see the below one? Objects are manifestations, mirages, or signs of things that never quite appear in their entirety. Okay? Because none of them is ultimately real, but only perceived to be real. So according to Buddhism, when real means 真实, real means the thing is permanent, will never change. But can I ask you, if you see all things in the phenomena, nothing is real, nothing is permanent. In fact, all things are impermanent. You see the weather? Sometimes rain, sometimes hot sun, this and that, Our mood, up and down. Anything. Subject to changes. That's the reason why we say, in Buddhism, say impermanence causes suffering, 无常故苦. And the fact is, all things are impermanent. So therefore, we shouldn't cling on to it or easily influenced by the external object. Right? If we're easily influenced by external object, then you follow them up and down, just a sideways curve, up, down, up, down. You learned the mathematics before. This is called sideways curve. Cosine is this one. I still can remember. Cosine, right? You learned the mathematics before. Tangent, 唔會記了. Tangent, that's why monks also must learn mathematics, Right? Must learn some computer, 不能假了, how to talk, right? Besides, cock. Okay. But people like Sangha to play instrument. Why? Got power, got this, got what. Come on, human being the same. Right? And just and chanting is no mistake one, unless you chant wrongly. Because all things are there. How can you challenge? But Dharma lesson, you can challenge the speaker, because they explain from the perspective or whatever, So you can challenge it. 師父，什麼叫空？什麼是空？哇, you can argue, But chanting, 你要 challenge him 咯，佢講嘅唔係我講嘅。You dare to challenge, you challenge him 咯。對嘛？經典是他講嘅嘛，佢講嘅嘛。That's why you see a lot of people are speaker not easy one, And chanting is very easy one. 銀包翹了棒blessing 噴水。I told you already, 噴水 this is how they do the blessing different one, in the different way. 小乘是噴水的咧，有的 broom 在。This is called blessing. Tibetan 照道理啦, you cannot use the tongue to suck people. Tibetan like that usually is more 你的頭嘛 initiation 嘛灌頂嘛 For us, 什麼本無一支嘴呢？身體健康 this is called blessing, no? Like you give me 紅包 I say 身體健康事業順利 What else you want to expect? 這個就是 blessing 了嘛。因為這書你講佢紅包冇做什麼，也不搞哭，腦筋有問題啊！快了，我不能拿做一個木魚嗎？來，紅包來，阿彌陀佛 ，next， 阿彌陀佛。哎呀 ，different 嘛。This is Chinese Buddhism, of course I wear this 長衫嘛。If I was in India, if I in India, I wear ampunewa 嘛。I bare the shoulder, you can see my shoulder 嘛 bare one on the right hand side. Can you say because you must bare your shoulder, then this is considered Buddha? This is you cannot do that because this is in India. This is their India custom 嘛。佛陀當然請 ampune 嘛。If Buddha born in another country 冇請衫有請褲呢，伊就唔係請衫了咯。Only hot pants or whatever, no shirt. So it must suit the culture, the custom 嘛，對咯。所以 in China 就是穿這款的嘛，冇叫穿什麼露肩啊，你看你看那個一貫道也是穿長衫的嘛，一貫道。But tell you 一貫道 is not 佛教But we should dance 一貫道 no. I can tell you all the hawker center.Vegetarian store, I didn't say all. Okay, I might call all. 95% of them, 你我都有機會吃到嘛？我也是 thanks them
一贯道，没有 Buddhist. And the vegetarian restaurant in Singapore, including those cafe, 那 restaurant 3間了嘛，冇了嘛，新加坡全部都關了嘛，做不起嘛 business. Only those cafe one 嘛 ，you know cafe. 在光明山不是有一個 Zen cafe， 把它樓梯啦，有什麼貴啦。And also most of them 一貫道，沒有什麼佛教。Do you know why? Do you know why? Sister, do you know why? Because 一貫道 strongly emphasize vegetarian, but you can eat egg. So called 鴨蛋教 another name for them. 龜能教 because they can eat egg 嘛。You see those people selling egg one because it's catered for more different customer 嘛。Because I can cater for 一貫道 no。你 cater for Buddhist 吹10個只其他賣食了，你死了一個月做能力呢？比如你go and close shop。You cater for Buddhist, definitely close shop one. Unless those are long-term vegetarian. But 一貫道 once you become 一貫道 remember, all must be vegetarian, all of them. So 大家嘛都食 like me like that. So they will think the way how to cook nicely. But people like you, wow, Monday, we say 6 cycle, right? You 7 cycle 嘛 Monday to Sunday, see you repeat again, 炒米粉, 炒粿條, chicken rice or whatever, 食較鹹了。That's why they cook very delicious 一貫道 got standard one。佛教跟你講免食啦，阿彌陀佛都好了啦，是啊，較緊死較緊去啊，那個賣食免食咯 ，don't need to eat one 咯 ，you know. So it's a different mentality, you know. Now I'll tell you the reason, and this is not a joke, you know, and this is a fact, it's a true fact, you know. So we should thank 一貫道咧，感謝咧。I tell you 一貫道啊 ，they also put the statue 啊，你咪講啊，有手手就是你的爸爸啊，你 treat like your father。I tell you, they also put the Maitreya, no? What do you keep here? How can I know your head? He know. Don't feel shy, no. Must admit. I also went once at Toa Payoh last time, but not as a monk lah. When I became monk, because I taught Buddhism, I realized that it's not Buddhism. You know, go there, they 他们有放释迦牟尼佛 I don't think so. That time I saw is a Maitreya, Bodhisattva, Mila, big stomach, smiling one, Mila. That one is 觀音菩薩。你那個點傳師 not 冇刀啊 not like being bald head 啊，個榴蓮刺one, the hair slightly longer. She went so many times, she knocked so many head, knocked so many times. Then 以前點傳師 they wear like me like 襯衫 but I saw the 點傳 is a blue color one, they wear the blue one. Then they give you 宣紙 the paper very thin one. They must damn sorry because I saw him came. Still got 5 minutes. Then let me finish the story. Then 我講啦 you like to listen the story 啊 so the 上不完啊跟你講啊 so 跟你講 you know that one is you give them $10 10塊錢啊 then they write your name I tell you this what they say though guarantee you won't go to the hell you'll go to the heaven 天堂掛號地獄出名看10塊錢呢 so cheap you know yeah although it's free textbook free 你睇下啲物料多啫 cannot understand you also probably you're going to go to the hell I cannot assure you go to the pure land 可以咯 so you think 10塊錢呢你講騙無騙啊I also paid $10 I don't know in Toa Payoh that time it's not legal one illegal one they hide in the room close up the window then you can see a lot of slippers shoe outside no now I don't know 講講嘛我來了故事裡嘛那個師兄說我帶你去一地方人家叫你拜佛的我說給佛嘛 busy body 嘛 then we took bus go to Toa Payoh 嘛 I still can remember Toa Payoh Central bus central then 就貴了未記了 then 我講你說$10我的賣好個牌子咧$10 yeah. Then they asked me to go in 上課咧他有5種陰陽奇禪他是5教合一combine a 5 religion and until now我沒有去天堂的 I paid $10 I'm still teaching no probably have to go to the hell no 這個就是一貫道咯 they now three 3 quarter headquarter in Singapore, 3 places. One in Geylang, one in Tampines. Wow, 你比我还知道。Okay. You see, you go everyone, A to C, kiểm台茶楼D. The combination of 5 regions, 儒释道儒家, the Buddhism get tampo, a bit, they become themselves, their own one. They say, this is the best one, and this is the faster way to do it. 就是这样嘛。Like you are as a salesman or sales girl, 哎呀，师父你买这个啦，这个很好的，又很便宜的。This is how they promote the product. 10塊而咧，$10 only, So, okay, you believe, then okay. Like that. I mean, in detail, you go and find out. I have no time. 五教合一啦 combination of 5 religions 啦 like Buddhism 講淡薄 Christianity 啦 Taoism 啦 and Hindu 啦 Muslim 啦 whatever 啦 and you like to eat 炒粿條 rojak 嘛 可能 rojak 你看啦 rojak 哇好食 if you think just one thing so pure 鹹 very boring human beings are like that one 嘛所以人家讲说和尚不作怪信徒不来拜 you know the Chinese way I think it's not fair 因为比丘尼也会作怪啊尼姑啊所以应该讲说 I change I say 出家人不作怪信徒不来拜所以 do something funny very mysterious got power spiritual power 刚刚让你讲哎呀师父 always teaching teach out the lesson always scold people this and that always complain the Theravada always complain the Tibetan always complain this and that I'm not complaining I'm telling you this is different I must tell you the truth I act on behalf of Buddha just an MP member of parliament I represent River Valley Road 我是behind的新议员呢不是英南尼呢 So I must tell you the fact 嘛 If I don't tell you the truth 我回去很难跟佛陀交代嘞Then I must go to the hell already, don't 不要害我嘞。But a lot of people don't tell the truth one. A lot of people like to camouflage. 因为讲真话你不要听吗？你觉得我不好吗？对了。So it's up to you whether you like or don't like. I tell the truth. No 紅包 no problem. Some people want your 紅包嗎？So they dare not to tell the truth 嘛 If you tell the truth, you are not happy, unhappy 因为师父每次这样的恨死你了红包你当姑姑骂我的So a lot of people 不变嘛 Don't tell the truth 嘛 You know the truth in Buddhism? I tell you the ultimate truth, real truth But they only tell you the conventional truth You know I'm talking to truth in Buddhism? You know my joke? Wow. Okay, object Wow, time's up. Okay, one. Object are manifestation, are marriage, or signs of things that never quite appear in their entirety, because none of them is ultimately real and only perceived to be real. When we talk about real, so when we perceive a person or thing, we perceive something that exists in space and time. Just like I see you sitting here, this time going to 11:15 already, and you're sitting on the chair. This is a space within this classroom, time and space. As a combination of visual, auditory, olfactory, gustative, tactile, and cognitive elements. But upon closer analysis, each of these elements turn out to be constantly changing and impossible to isolate from other elements. It means subject to changes, right? All depend on causes and condition. Thus, nothing is real because it's not permanent. Things are impermanent. When things are impermanent, according to Buddhism, it's not real, unreal. 你不能讲是真实的 When you talk about real, you must make sure the thing is permanent, then we call real, according to Buddhism. Like you sitting here, I'm standing here, we are not real. Why? We are made of 5 skandha, 5 aggregates, subject to changes. One day we will die. I will disappear, you also disappear. And now you're going to disappear already. Why? Time's up already. 下课了，要 disappear already. You cannot always sitting here, see until midnight, the staff will chase you out. Don't get right. So, and yet such an entity never quite appears, but the real reason that it never quite appears, it is because it's an illusion. Right? Consider illusion, 虚幻的, whose reality we extrapolate by combining elements, right, that are themselves no more real than the illusion to which they contribute. So thus the perception of an object is a delusion, namely unreal, of an illusion. So for if the object itself is not real, how can the perception of it to be real? 因为那个不是真的嘛，所以你看到的那里是真的 perception. Of course, it's unreal. It's not real. Okay. So on the other hand, next page, 92. If we can keep from becoming attached, since they are unreal, not real, so we shouldn't attach to it. 不要执着了嘛。In Chinese 说不要受影响 just ignore. Don't influence by them. 懂吗？ In Chinese, don't influence by them. But usually we influence by external object, especially due to our emotion. 对吗？ We're easily influenced by the external object. But when you're influenced to cling on to the external object, this is how we cause suffering. 我们受苦嘛。They say, oh, 师父, like what you say, then you don't expose to the external object. Cannot. You still have to sustain your life. You have to go to work. You have to come here. You have to travel, take the public transport, and so on and so forth. As normal, what people doing, you have to do it as normal. The difference is you won't cling on to it. Just like you have to recognize this is a computer. You cannot say this is not a computer. This is unreal. Although this is unreal, subject to changes, but computer got its function. 没有 computer how to show the slide. No statue how to worship to the Buddha. Right? So we still have to recognize it, but just like we don't influence by them, don't cling on to it, because you know that this thing are impermanent. They are impermanent. 它无常的 subject to changes. So you are mentally prepared already. Once the thing change, 你就不会苦了吗？ You won't suffer because you're mentally prepared already. Because you know one day this thing will change, disappear, or whatever. Just like we born in this world. When the time comes, we have to leave this world, 我们就会走，就死掉了吗？ Why not? But we still have to recognize we are living in this world, and this is a value. 我们的价值啊 we still have to live. We still have to work. We still have to do voluntary work. You cannot say, 哎呀，都会死的，什么都不要做了。So this is a wrong concept. Okay? So, if we can keep becoming attached to the perception, we cannot obstructed or restricted by the object. Clear? Okay, below those scholars, you know already, Vasubandhu, Asanga, in the perfection, next one, in the perfection of wisdom in 700 lines. Okay, this you can refer to page 457 if you want. 457. And the next scholar, Shen Zhao, page 460. Next one, Ji Fo, page 441. And next page, you see 93. Xu Su Fa, page 448. You can read to page 448. And next one, in his Song of Enlightenment, page 471. Next one, Men Chan, whatever, page 455. Next one, De Qing, page 469. Oh, this one quite a lot of scholars. So you can refer to who is De Qing or whatever. Okay, so now due to time constraint, time's out already, actually, now. Anything you want to ask me? Okay, just remind you again, our next lesson will be on 18th of June. Anyway, this month. Okay, if you know question, please hold the palm and follow me. Shall we do a dedication? 回向. May all the merits thus accumulated be dedicated to all sentient beings. May all sentient beings and I together attain Buddhahood. Okay, please stand up. Okay, please hold the palm. One bow to the Buddha. Okay, see you all. Bye bye. Okay, go and enjoy your lunch. Bye.